Hey guys, how you doing? It's Electron Man. Well, we got a little different project we're going to do today. As you can see, I'm working on the old lawnmower. I have an old video of this when I bought it like 5 years ago. She's been a really good lawnmower, by the way. But it's service time, so we're going to go ahead and after I get the tire put on, which is a weird one. Check this out. You ever seen that happen? It actually blew the valve stem out of the rubber holder on the tubeless tire. I've never seen that, but anyway, the old tire was real old, and I was looking pricing it. The tube was like $15-20 to get it put in. It was gonna be like $30 to do all that, and I got a brand new set of two of them, brand new tubes, tire, rim, and all, for like $65 off of Amazon. So I thought, well, the heck with that, I'll just put two new tires on it and have a spare. So first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna put these tires on, which not a whole lot with that. It even comes with extra spacers and everything, but you just slide it on. It's got a cotter pin, voila. But let me go ahead and get that done. I don't think you really need a how-to video on that, but maybe I'll show you once I get it all unstrapped, and I'll tell you how to slide it on. These do have a grease zert on them, actually. Actually, the old one did too, which I'm going to have to go back and grease that. But basically, you just take it. Let's see if we can do this one-handed. Slide it on. So, there. Slide her on like that, and then it's got a little washer that goes on this side. I'm going to put the factory ones back on. It's got a little washer on this side. Just put the washer on there. And then you got a pin, cotter pin. And you just take the cotter pin and run the cotter pin through. Go ahead and get that pushed through and bend it over, and voila. I think I'll go ahead and do the other side too. Actually came with a couple extra washers. You know, I'm tempted to. It's got a little slack in there. I think I'm going to add a couple washers just for good measure. But let me get those washers. Mine uses a cotter key, but looks like these tires will also work with one that has a C-clip on it. But it also came with this little spacer, which I'm going to go ahead and put on there because there's always been a little bit of slack on these wheels, and that'll just make it to where it doesn't have any slide back and forth. It actually is better than factory. Let me go ahead and get the cotter key in here. Actually, it looks like I need to straighten that out a little first, and then I'll get the cotter key in, then we'll go do the other side. Okay, I pulled the cotter key. Now all I got to do is slide the tire off and slide a new one on there. Grease gun and do some grease on that. Slide the new one on. I like this little extra spacer included. Take the little spacer, put it up front, so it makes it actually fit tighter on the rim, so it won't slide back and forth this way. Let me go ahead and flatten the cotter key, get that cotter key in there, and then we'll go ahead and I'm going to pull the Mustang out of the garage, and we're going to put a set of blades on it. The blades are about 2 years old, and I've done about all the sharpening on them. I think they're about finished. We're going to go put a new set of blades on. Well, guys, I should have known, you know. I hate redoing things, but anyway, these tires are they fit, but they're a little bit different as far as the way the cup is on them. And on these new ones, that's why I included that spacers. I need to put that spacer on first on here. What's happening is it was almost rubbing right up against here, so it needed a little bit of space from that area. So then we're going to slide the spacer on here. And then it says to put one washer, actually shows two, but we'll put one washer there so that it'll ride against it. And then we're going to put the tire on. Sorry. I know this is not stable. So then we're going to put the other tire. We put one washer and a spacer there, and we're going to put the tire on. Then we're going to take the other included washer and we're going to put it on the outside, and then we're going to put the pin in, and that'll do the same thing. It'll keep it from having any slop, but it'll also keep it from rubbing up against here, because that's where it was rubbing. It's right here. See, now I've got like a finger that I can stick in between there. Before it was actually right up against it. It wasn't quite rubbing, but it was too close. So anyway, just a FYI on that. Let me go back and do the other side, then we'll get back to changing the oil and putting some blades on this guy. Well, guys, I was going to change the blades. As you can see, they're really pretty easy. It's just that one big bolt. You need to use an impact wrench to do it, though. But I was going to go ahead and put a new set of blades on them. But after looking at these, I'm going to leave them alone. They're really not in bad shape for 2 years. You know, I run a lot of sticks and stuff. I thought they'd be a lot worse than that. But really, there's a little bit of damage to them, but not enough to put them on yet. I'm going to run them for a while longer. They still got a little life left on them. So anyway, since I was down here and underneath, I'd let you go ahead and see what it looks like. But yeah, you just pull that center bolt out, and it's a little star shape, and you put the new blade on and tighten the bolt back up, and that's all you got to do. But like I said, they don't even look like they need to be sharp right now, so I'm just going to leave them be for right now, and I'll come back later whenever they need them and put them on. They're not real expensive, but you know, 20-something bucks a piece. I'm not going to put them on until they need it. So anyway, next thing we're going to do is go ahead and change the oil. I'm going to go ahead and get these zerks greased while I'm at it too. I got my grease gun out here. Let me go ahead and hook the old grease gun up. I need 2 hands for that, of course. End up with grease all over my camera. Hopefully you can see that, but basically you just need to get it on the zert here. There we go. And I'm just going to pump probably about until I kind of see it coming out a little bit. Still, it's more than I thought. I see it coming there. There we go. Anyway, go ahead and grease those zerks. It definitely make it last longer. Yeah, look at her spin now. Look at her spin now. So we got them greased. Once it gets that done, we'll get to changing the oil. Okay, guys, if you didn't know, on these Craftsman, you can just tilt it up, and it just lifts off. You just need to unplug the headlights. You take the whole front off. Makes it a lot easier to get in here to service, change oil, etc. So we got that off now. Now then we just go over here. Here's your oil filter. Right here. The oil filter there, which hopefully is not too tight. And then we'll get the new one on there where you drain the oil right there with that. It came with a hose, but I don't have the hose anymore, so it's probably a little bit messier. But we'll get her anyway. Let me go ahead and get the oil filter pulled and get the plug pulled out, and let's get some oil drained out of her and put some fresh in it. Okay, next thing you want to do is unbox your new filter. Make sure it's the right filter, which it definitely is. I've ordered them before. I got these cool pliers from Harbor Freight that really make it easy for this type of filter. Come on, baby. Come on. Okay, you just want to screw your old filter off now that I got her loose. Oh. And you also want to put your catch pan under, which I didn't do. Yeah. I better do that right. Make sure you have your catch hand positioned underneath it, and then just unscrew the filter. And it looks pretty dirty. I typically change my oil every 100 hours, if you're wondering. If it's brand new, I change it after about 20 hours, and then after that, I don't know what their suggestion is, but I change mine every 100 hours, which is usually about a season. I think I got like 380 hours on this, so, and this is on its 5th season, so not really quite. So if I change it every season, I'm doing real good. So I put about 80 or 90 hours a season on it. This thing's really held up well, though. I mean, for a 5-year review, other than the seat, this thing's been amazing. I put one blade belt on it, a couple sets of blades, and changed the oil, and just run her. I tell you what, buy a Pro Series if you're going to buy it. I had another Craftsman, didn't last 3 years. Had all kinds of transmission problems. This has got a true hydrostatic, and just makes all the difference. This is I think this is really a They said it's like a Poulin or a Husqvarna. They're all made by like two different manufacturers, but this is the higher end of riding lawnmowers. It's definitely held up well. Anyway, let me go ahead and, when you put the new filter on, you just want to spread a little bit of oil on that seal so it makes it easier to get off next time. And you just want to, in fact, I should be able to do that one-handed. Okay, you just put a little oil on your finger. You just want to run it around that seal right there. Just makes it a little easier. And I think it seals a little better that way, and it definitely makes sure it's a little easier to unscrew. Then you just screw your new filter on. Actually, I think before they do that, since that plug's kind of back there, I'm going to go ahead and pull my drain plug out here. And which this mower, it's just got like a plug. My other mower, my Kawasaki, actually has a little tube with a twist that it's like toolless. But on this one, you have to get a socket and pull that little plug out to drain. No big deal, just a little extra step. Let me go get a socket to get that pulled. It's just a 9/16. That's it. Fits it. And just want to pull the plug out here. There's no way to keeping it kind of spill on the frame, so I don't even try. I just put the catch pin underneath it and let it catch it. And of course it spills. Son of a bitch. Just let it sit here and drain. Then we'll put the plug back in it and fill her back up. Okay, I got the oil changed. Went ahead and wiped it off where it spilt over a little bit. Just kind of clean her up. A little oil on that deck ain't gonna hurt a thing. Actually, to do it a favor, keep it from rusting. And then we're just gonna screw the filter on. Make sure it's got that rubber gasket in. There's not one stuck on there. And you just thread her on. Once you get her threaded on there, you want to give her about a quarter turn to tighten her. That's about all I'd give her. Once it's snug her up about another quarter turn, and you're done. And now we just need to add some oil to it. Let me go find my oil and a funnel, and we'll put some oil in it. Usually I can't find my funnel, so fortunately, I got an easy pour container here. I just use the premium 4-cycle small engine oil here from Briggs & Stratton. I think it's basically just standard 30 weight, SAE 30. You could probably go with something else, but this is about the same cost, and I figure, and I think it uses a little over a quart and a half, so I'll put a good part of this in here and then check and see where we're at on the dipstick. Which I'm just pouring oil in right here. It feels about like a quart there. It's about half of that. I think this is 2 quarts if I'm not mistaken. 48 ounces, yeah. 2 quarts or a quart and a half. Quart's 32, so it's a quart and a half. So let's go ahead and take my old dipstick here. Wipe it off. Check it. See where we're at on this stick. We're right at the low dot line. So, and we're leaning back. So I'm going to go ahead and put about another. I think it says it holds about a quart, but go there. That's leaving me about 12 ounces in here. And I'll go ahead and pull the pan out, get her level, start up for a second, and then double check that oil. Okay, that's long enough. Let's check the oil again. Yeah, you know what? It's going to take that whole quart and a half. Go ahead and put the rest of that quart and a half in there. I also need to check the oil filter, air filter, by the way. I forgot about that. Which that's just flip these 2 levers here and here, lift that up, and oh yeah, I need to get the air hose out and do a little cleaning on it. Probably needs to be replaced, but you can get another use out of it by and I'll go wash this off. Come back on here. Set her back on there. Cover back on. Knock that up. Go and give her a little dusting. Voila. One service. She's ready for another 100 hours. Just like that. Well guys, hopefully you enjoyed that little video on how to service your Sears Pro mower. She's been a good one. Hopefully you enjoyed this. Have a great day. This is Electron Man.